Have you ever wondered what happened to that apple core after you were done with it? Probably not. I mean, who does, right? Well, when you toss the apple core into the trash, it joins a massive pile of organic waste that fills up our landfills at alarming rates. Each apple core, each banana peel, and each eggshell are all pieces to a larger puzzle that contributes to the global food waste crisis. This pollutes the environment with methane, filling millions of acres of space and harming hundreds of global economies. So not only is there an excess of waste, but there's also a byproduct, pollution. On that note, pollution is caused by more than just excessive amounts of waste, as emissions from energy sources such as fossil fuels pollute the air at just as significant of a rate. The truth is, clean energy is still a vision, because of recent years, the world burns an average of almost 500 exajoules of waste a year. For context, it takes under 2,000 joules of water to reach its boiling point, and 1 exajoule is 10 to the 18th power joules. That's 1 with a whopping 18 zeros. But what if there was a way to tackle pollution and waste at the same time? Well, there is. Introducing Refewl, the world's first large-scale organization that recycles food and animal waste into renewable energy, while at the same time fixing global economies and providing educational opportunities with a twist, a sustainable cycle of energy.
So how does it all work? Through the Refewl life cycle. First, Refewl's energy is sourced from food and animal waste. In our early stages, we plan on allowing consumers to drop off food waste at varying Refewl facilities along with volunteers. In the long term, Refewl plans on implementing truck drivers to collect this waste instead. Once collected, the 3-step Refewl process of liquefying, digesting, and igniting begins. The process starts off with liquefying, where collected biomass waste is liquidized using industrial pulpers and grinders. This liquid substance is then put into an anaerobic digester that uses anaerobic microorganisms to digest the liquid, converting the waste into biogas and digestate. Our primary revenue stream comes from storing this biogas, igniting it using a Stirling engine, and the resulting steam spins a turbine, creating renewable electricity. Additionally, the digestate byproduct of this process can be sold as an eco-friendly fertilizer, thus creating a secondary revenue stream for the business. The Refewl life cycle is made possible solely because of carbon capture technology, or CCT. Refewl traps CO2 emissions using this method during the ignition of biogas, leading to a significantly lower carbon footprint when compared to alternative methods of power. This technology is backed up by blue hydrogen, which has an 85% capture rate of CO2. Once trapped, Refewl sells this stored carbon dioxide to farmers for them to promote crop yield. Essentially, this creates a buyback system, as the consumption of these crops will recreate biomass in the forms of food scraps and animal waste, allowing us to restart the Refewl cycle yet again.
Another one of Refewl's unique features is the educational connection it fosters within communities. We believe that by educating the public on Refewl's methods to produce clean energy, we can teach future generations about global issues, while concurrently opening up academic opportunities for young students in the fields of engineering and environmental science. These features, in the long run, Refewl will work to eliminate the lack of energy in areas of poverty through government and nonprofit contributions and excessive negative impacts to the ecosystem. We will raise overall energy input-to-output ratio, as our energy conservation process contributes 90% less CO2 emissions than traditional fossil fuel power companies, and 85% less CO2 emissions than traditional biomass plants, whilst also raising awareness and education regarding climate change. Simultaneously, we reduce carbon emissions and food waste. This is all made possible by the creation of an efficient food waste collection system and the many cycles that allow Refewl to serve as a self-sufficient energy production system. In order to learn more about the scope of this project, the team at Refewl began by collecting our own food waste within our households. We progressively scaled our own research by surveying student volunteers, researching a population of 15 students locally, planning ahead for demographic disparities and differences. After a research period and calculations, we concluded that the average middle-income household generates 15 pounds of food waste a month. These research findings allow us to plan for implementation within local communities in the near future. Conducting research, Refewl has chosen to start its operations in the southern United States and Latin America due to their agricultural nature. Globally, agrarians in similar regions utilize over 19 million metric tons of fertilizer and manure, and almost 40% of the produce grown goes unused. Refewl has the opportunity to develop a large clientele in this region as well as similar global regions. As Refewl continues to grow and expand, we have estimated a combined global market potential of over 1.4 trillion US dollars in the energy production and agricultural industries. The number is derived from accessible energy that can provide electricity to power homes, heat stoves, and much more. Specifically, Refewl's first model utilizes 3 kilowatts and 5 kilowatts in combined heat and power, and with just 800 kilograms of biomass, Refewl can power homes and create biogas for cooking food, with customers paying as little as $350 a month for up to 450,000 kilowatt hours a year. Refewl is a self-sufficient blue ocean because of its uniqueness, feasibility, market potential, and global impact. As observed, Refewl eliminates the need for fossil fuels and significantly lowers carbon emissions and reliance on government infrastructure. Instead, it serves as a convenient and resourceful option for customers who want to engage in eco-friendly practices while receiving quality energy education. It is feasible as it does not require technology or research that does not already exist and has the potential to address a major global crisis that affects an extremely large market of individuals around the world.
So in a world of constant usage of energy to generate short-term power, Refewl steps in to provide sustainable and renewable energy along with community outreach programs, serving as a novel solution to some of the world's largest issues. With Refewl, you and I can both contribute to the end of food waste and the beginning of clean energy, because an apple a day can save the environment today. Refewl.